There's a distinction between these two groups, ladies and gentlemen. They both have bodies, so therefore that is not the distinction. Let's look past the physical form. It really has no bearing on any of this we talk about. Let the bodies, let it go. That's not the biggest difference. But if I ask you what is the biggest difference between a dog and a man, you'll tell me one's on 4 legs, the other's on 2. That is not the biggest difference. You need to be more intelligent and see beyond that. If I ask you what is the difference between a cow and a human being, again you will tell me, well, one, you get the fertilizer, you get dung from it, it has hooves, right? It eats grass, the other eats rice. That is not the biggest difference. That is not what sets a cow apart from a human being, although that's what you learn for biology. I'm telling you, the biologists, they haven't got a clue what we're talking about here. I was one once. Because in biology, they don't teach you the reality of the world. They teach you the conventional reality of the world. Every scientist out there, every truth they have discovered is a timely truth. It's time-bound. When Rutherford discovered the atom, he said, this is the indivisible particle. And he made a name out of it, he made a living out of it. Soon enough, someone came and said, no. Then they split the atom up into electrons, protons, and neutrons. And then whoever discovered that, I can't remember their names now, said, this is the most indivisible particle. Was it a truth? Yes. Timeless truth? No. No, not a timeless truth. What is the deepest spot on the planet? What is the deepest you can go? It's the Mariana Trench, as far as I believe. They haven't discovered one deeper than that yet. We must always suffix it with yet. Every truth you have to suffix with yet. Who's the richest man in the world? You can't answer that question without asking me another one. Yes or no? You can't answer that question without asking me another one. What is the other question you have to ask me? When? When, Swami Nwanza? When? Then I'll tell you, in 2022, who was the richest man in the world? Then you'll turn the pages, you'll type in Google, wherever, and you get an answer. This is the answer. Richest man in the world in 2022. I'll ask you again, who's the richest man in the world? Again, you'll have to ask me, when, Swami Nwanza? Therefore, yes, that was a truth. In the Guinness Book of Records, you will find truths. What truths? Timely truths. They are all time-bound. In other words, time always defeated them. I'm trying to open your eyes to a reality, ladies and gentlemen, a reality that's going to hit you, and it's going to hit you hard. I want these words to make a difference to you before time gets you. Because I care about you. Time is getting you, it's reaching you, it's coming after you, and you will never be able to defeat time unless you become timeless. You have to escape the dimension of time. There's only one teaching that does that. That is why you say, Supatipanno Bhagavato Savaka Sangho, to the Sangha who practice a discipline, a teaching that is timeless. One quality of the Dhamma is that it is akalika. You've heard this. It is one of the qualities of the Dhamma. It is timeless. You might wonder what this timeless actually means. Timeless means it's a truth that is not time-bound. It is not dependent on a time. It is not for 2024. It doesn't change with time. What is true today? The world is anicca, dukkha and anatta. If you attach, you will suffer. Not today, not yesterday, not tomorrow, because on the dimension of time has no bearing on this. So if you attach, you will suffer when? When? Wrong question, Swami Nwanza, is what you'll have to tell me in return. Because that question is irrelevant. If you attach, you suffer. Not when. If you attach, you suffer on full moon Poya days. Yes? What are you, werewolves? This is the reality, this is the truth. I'm trying to get to you before time does. But I don't know whether I can beat time. But I think if we work together, we can. Today, you have your youth on your side. Your faculties are still functioning. You are still fit enough to bring yourself here. You're educated enough to understand what I'm telling you. You've learned the language. You have some faith, some devotion towards the Sāsana. Therefore, you are engaging in merits and you continue to do so. You believe in merits, you believe in this stuff. Therefore, you are working your way to defeat time. But think about every man, woman and child out there. Time always gets them. The richest man in the world will die. How? The richest man in the world will die? What? The poorest man in the world. Because when he dies, what does his coffin get packed with? All the money he's earned. He comes into this world without even a thread to his name. He leaves this world without even a thread to his name. Even the air that he breathed while he was alive is not his to take with him. Do you remember how much money you had in your previous birth? Do you? Can you claim any of it? Let's just say even if you could, go back, there's someone hypnotized you, let's say, and you could tell your previous birth and you realize, in your previous birth you were an emperor. You were the great emperor of China. Okay? When the Great Wall was built, you commissioned that. And you had it built. Okay? You had the staff, you had it built, and it was yours because you were the emperor at the time. You remember now that in your previous birth, many years ago, you were the great emperor of China. Tell me, are you going to go to China now and tell them, yo, I was the great emperor of China. I remember that. So this great wall, it was built by me. Name it after me now. What do you think they'll do to you? What do you think they'll do to you? You'll go missing, that's what they'll do to you. Never to be found again. So what was the point of all your hard work and labor in your last birth trying to become an emperor? What was the point of becoming a great king? I mean, look at the kings out there. Either kings who are kings because they are of the lineage, or self-claimed kings. You have them from time to time. But what is the point of becoming a king? If whatever you earn for yourself, you have to leave when you go, what is the point, ladies and gentlemen? Is that what human life is for?